Hey, this is Wileen Benson, and you are on the Daily Gratitude Call, where we start every day in gratitude. Gratitude is the highest energy state that we can be in. It creates a frequency of positive vibration that attracts positive experiences into our lives. Hey, everybody, this is Wileen Benson. This is our Daily Gratitude Call. Super excited to be on the call today and really looking forward to what we get to create. Before we start the recording, we always do a few rounds of gratitude just to kind of get us warmed up into this space of gratitude. And several things were mentioned about problems. Grateful for problems and then solutions, grateful for systems that solve problems, grateful for tools that are the best thing to fix a problem. And so problems is definitely kind of a theme. I specifically want to focus on gratitude for seeing the problem. And so I'm going to set a timer for 90 seconds. We're going to have a private silent meditation on gratitude for seeing the problem and just see what comes up. So 90 seconds, gratitude for seeing the problem. Just silent meditation, writing whatever comes to you in your own personal inspiration. Begin. All right. I just write this last thought. Okay. Well, I am really grateful for this 90 seconds meditation, because you wouldn't think that 90 seconds could solve the world's problems, but it definitely can, apparently, because I got the solution to a problem during this 90 seconds. So that was super awesome. Today, I am really grateful for some problems that I was seeing. As soon as I walked in my office door, I saw that there were some stacks of papers that are starting to pile up. And for years, that was a problem for me. I mean, even back, I remember when I was an accountant, I had stacks and stacks of papers. I never was able to get done with everything, and I would never ask for help. That was a problem. I've learned a lot since then. Those of you who have read my book, the Gateway of Charity is all about seeing the genius in other people and being able to invite them into your creation. Also seeing the genius in yourself and only doing the things that are they're yours. And there are several things that came up for me this morning in this 90 seconds that are problems, and they all can be solved if I only do my stuff and I let other people take care of their own problems. That I had fallen back into that old habit, and it is starting to show with some piles on my desk and also a headache this morning and, some different things that don't need to be. So I'm super grateful for this call and for that 90 seconds so I can remember that I have my stuff and other people have their stuff and God has his stuff and I don't belong anywhere else but in my own stuff. Who else has something that they'd like to share?
I'd like to share.
Thanks, Daniel.
I think, gratitude for seeing the problem is the answer. A problem's not a problem unless you see it. And I guess that's another way of saying, like you really don't understand, what the problem is. So a little good, soul searching is a way, and patience, obviously, until, a solution pops into your head, a real solution, not just a misunderstanding. Thank you.
Beautiful. Thank you. We all have blind spots, don't we? And we can't fix it until we know that it's there. So yeah, definitely gratitude and being able to see the problem. Who else? Thank you.
I'd like to share.
Thanks, Phil.
It's interesting that, before you even came up with this topic, I was doing a little exercise where, you just look like a circle, around and try to notice things like your peripheral vision, that you didn't notice before. And you can do the same thing when you close your eyes and you hear in a circle, you listen around and try to notice things that you didn't notice before. And I was doing that little exercise as we were kind of in our silence, and I just remembered, like that this is exactly the thing, we just, was it Daniel that said that, we just don't see what it is. So it's really causing the issue. And when we can, most of the time when we get triggered, then it happens unconsciously. It's somewhere in the back that something reminded us of something that, and we need to put ourselves in defense and we don't even know why. And so understanding, what that problem is, seeing what that problem is the first step in order to make a correction. So that's just what I thought.
Yeah, beautiful. Thank you. Physically and, like energetically with limiting beliefs that we might have that we're running along in our lives and in the peripheral vision, in the subconscious, there's these limiting beliefs that are running our life. And if we can just turn, like you said, just turn around and actually look at it, it's sort of like walking into your house with new eyes. We walk in the back door with the garage is a mess. I'm talking about my own house. My garage is a mess. And I just walk through and go in the house and I don't even notice. It's like, the mess piled up and I don't even notice it anymore. And it's sort of like the subconscious, there's all this clutter of stuff that doesn't belong there. And if we would just take a minute and look at it, then we can create a solution for it. Change something.
Eileen, I also wanted to add that having gratitude while we're in the problem allows us to see it clearly and not expand.
Oh, thank you. I love that. And I'm always teaching that that every creation begins and ends with gratitude. If you can find gratitude in something, and then it's like it already exists. And so then the law of attraction works for you because it's like, oh, she thinks it's already exists because she's grateful for it. So we better hurry and bring it to her. And then also finding gratitude in a problem, it's no longer a problem. So the problem ends. So every creation begins and ends with gratitude. Thank you. Who else? Maybe one more share before we shift over.
I thought of the things that have been said, and then some of them, and then on top of it was the thing I think of is the sooner I can see the problem, the sooner I can make a change or correct my course.
Yeah, and it's just a little tweak if we see it early on. If we let it go and go and go and go, then it's a little bit harder to change. Thank you. Awesome. Any last thoughts before we shift over to our permission process?
Can
I
I
have
share?
one last.
Yeah,
Oh, go ahead.
a couple more shares. So Rachel and then Phil.
Okay. I just feel like when I listen to my problem and go into it, that I see the solution. And also, funny that I said I was grateful for anchors, because I'm learning that I can find anchors that help me stay peaceful and calm during the storm. Yeah. And I can eventually make it through it.
Awesome. Thank you, Rachel. Appreciate those shares. Phil, and then I think Michael might have had something too.
So my wife has, been triggered in the last couple of days, and she talked with her counselor, and she told me something last night that kind of stuck, and she described, that the triggers, that's like she just didn't want to have that trigger, but then she started to explore all of the reasons why she was feeling the way she was feeling, and it was like a parade of events and evidences that she'd gathered that were false, of course, but true to her. And one thing her counselor said was, every feeling that you get with the story attached is a maximum of 90-second shelf life. It has a 90-second shelf life, and sometimes they just go in sequence, and so but the trick is to allow them to happen. Allow the thought process to happen, and then watch it, and then realize that it's only going to last 90 seconds. It's the max.
Wow.
And so I just thought I'd share that.
Wow. And I love how you said the parade of events, because if you think about just sitting on the sidelines watching the parade, it kind of separates ourselves from those thoughts. It's like, okay, here comes the triggers. This is going to trigger this, and this is going to trigger this. Then the band comes, then the horses, then the clowns or whatever. And okay, awesome. Parade's done. Let's go home. Let's enjoy the rest of our day. I love that idea. Thank you. Michael, did you have something?
Just something real quick, I think. When you see a problem, it's like a light comes on. And it also gives you the opportunity to change or to stay the same. And there are some that people seem to want to continue to point the problem out to people, and they refuse to listen because they don't see that they have a problem. And so if you don't see you have a problem, you don't even want to change. It's not my problem, it's your problem. And therefore, the light never comes on. The opportunity is there, but it's never used. So if you refuse to see, you close your eyes to new opportunities, new avenues to walk, new friends to make, new life to live.
Beautiful. Thank you. I just want to bring out a couple things, and this is a great transition into our permission process, that, the light can come on and we can close our eyes and stay in darkness. And you're absolutely right. We can refuse to change. The permission process is a good example of that, of, examining the cost of those limiting beliefs, turning the light on, seeing them, and then we have the choice. We can keep the limiting belief now that we actually know what it's doing, or we can choose, to choose something else and keep our eyes open in the light. And then in the light, it's easier to see the solution after we've seen the problem, like Rachel was talking about. The other thought that I wanted to share that this, your comment, Michael, brought up, is that other people sometimes refuse to see that we have moved on from the problem. A lot of times, we have people that continue to show up the same way and think we're the same person. And, we have to be willing to, kind of back to what I said at the very beginning, that's their stuff. It's not my stuff. I've changed. I've moved on. I'm no longer bothered by the problem. I made a different choice. I chose some new beliefs and I stepped out of it. I found a solution. But then there might be some people who continue to remind us, well, you used to always have stacks of paper on your desk, so that's just who you are, and maybe not allow you in their minds to change. But that does not have to affect you. You can move forward with your life, having solved your problem, even if other people don't see it. Let's go ahead and take a deep breath and just get into this space of being open, willing to see whatever the problem is that we get to address today. Maybe something has already come up for you, or maybe this is the first opportunity that you are giving to begin to kind of check out the peripheral vision. Just look in the corners for those problems that have been lurking, just waiting to pop out when certain events come together, when that parade starts. And let's just consciously choose to allow that problem to emerge, to come into the light. Shine some light on it. Take another deep breath. This is a safe space for you to go into seeing and creating a solution, or listening for a solution. So as you're getting grounded and just feeling very comfortable and open, willing to see, let's just shed light. Let's shine light on your life, and be willing to look around in your peripheral vision, in those corners. And what is the one problem that seems to be kind of lurking and just staying in the corners, that for whatever reason you just haven't been able to find a solution for? Maybe you just haven't taken that 90 seconds to listen for the solution. So what is the one problem that you get to see today in a new light? And as you're becoming more aware of what that problem is, I invite you to listen for kind of narrowing down what is the one most important thing that you could do today that would help you to create a solution for this problem, that would make this not a problem, that you could actually even find gratitude for this problem. What is the one most important thing that you could do today to sort of stand up and face the problem, to make it not a problem by finding gratitude in it? Kind of miniaturize this problem, get it down to size so it looks like something that you can actually find a solution for. What's the one most important thing that you could do? What's your inspired shortcut today to minimize this problem to something that is easily solved? And as you are getting clear with what that one most important thing is, I invite you to listen for any limiting beliefs that might be coming up. What is your limiting belief about taking action to minimize this problem, and also being able and willing to find a solution? What's your limiting belief? And what's the cost of that limiting belief? If you hold on to that limiting belief, what is the effect that it has on this problem? What is the effect on your ability to find a solution? And what is the effect that it has on you using that solution to solve the problem? What's the cost of that limiting belief? And now that you know what the cost of that limiting belief is, you get to choose. Do you want to do you want to close your eyes and not see it and just continue on having this problem? Or do you want to choose a new belief? And if you are willing to give yourself permission to choose a new belief, say yes.
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 Awesome. So go ahead and choose some new beliefs, 2 or 3 new beliefs that are going to replace that old limiting belief and give you permission to move forward in finding a solution or just knowing the solution. Maybe you already know the solution to actually moving forward to solving. So what are your new beliefs? All right. And in a moment, I'm going to open it up for some shares. I do want to invite anyone, if you are experiencing, still feeling like you're stuck in that problem and you just, need some extra help to help you see it from a different perspective, I would love to help you with that. All you have to do is just go to askwylene.com, and that takes you directly to my calendar, and you can schedule a 15-minute call. And believe it or not, 15 minutes is ample time to be able to solve any problem, or at least find the one key component that it takes to solve the problem. So I'd love to have that conversation with you. askwylene.com. It's a free call, and you can have that private mentoring session with me for 15 minutes. My limiting belief was that, basically that if I don't watch it, if I don't observe it, if I don't, quote, do it for them, then they're not going to have a successful outcome. And that's absolutely not true. And it's not even my business. It's not even my job. It's up to them. They have their agency to do whatever they want. So the new beliefs that I came up with is I am clean and pure. I have a clean, pure space to come home to. I have space that is clean and pure. Who else has something that they would like to share about their experience today?
I'll share.
Okay.
So I've had this ongoing problem, and yesterday it kind of, I came up with a solution, and I think it was either yesterday or the last couple of days I heard, and it might have been you on one of the calls, to see someone in a different light and expect different things from them. And so I stated an affirmation, a different expectation of this person. And I was able to find a solution for, at least this time, for that ongoing problem to be taken care of.
Oh, I'm so grateful you said that, because that is something that is mine, is seeing this person as capable, as seeing them as a clean and pure person. That is something that I can observe. And if I'm focused on that and seeing the person, expecting them to show up a certain way, that definitely is something that I can do, and that is authentically mine. So thank you so much. I will add that to my new beliefs as well. Well, we are at the end of our time today. I appreciate everything that has been shared. This has been super powerful for me in solving a problem. And I hope that you have all come up with some new solutions, or at least you're open to seeing those solutions. You at least are open to seeing what the problem is, and open to know, to just let that solution come to you. And whatever your inspired shortcut is today, I just encourage you to put that at the top of your list. It's the one most important thing that you need to do through your intuition. This is it's your intuition has told you that this is the most important thing, the highest priority for you. And I know that that's going to create a lot of peace and happiness in your life as you take action on that. Thank you all for joining us today. We'll look forward to being together again tomorrow morning, 7 a.m. Mountain Time, right here. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hey, thanks so much for listening. And I encourage you to tune in every day to the Daily Gratitude Call. And the Daily Gratitude Call happens live every weekday morning. We'd love to have you join. So to find out how to join live, go to my website, WileenBenson.com. Thanks for tuning in.